Welcome to Centinela de Cristo.
Blessings, this is Pastor Luz Luciano from Oklahoma. Friday, September the 5th. Further thought. Ellen G. White, The Tabernacle and Its Services, pages 343 to 353. In the book, Patriarchs and Prophets. The tabernacle was a special place where atonement was accomplished for the confessed sins of God's people. It was the place where indeed the entire plan of salvation had been revealed, and in some detail, too, to the children of Israel while they were in the wilderness. Justification, sanctification, and judgment were all taught there. Every animal sacrifice pointed to the death of Jesus, the forgiveness of sins, and eventually the blotting out of sins. And two, along with the sacrifices, was the presence of God's law, the standard of righteousness. The law of God enshrined within the ark was the great rule of righteousness and judgment. The law pronounced death upon the transgressor. But above the law was the mercy seat, upon which the presence of God was revealed, and from which, by virtue of atonement, pardon was granted to the repentant sinner. Thus, in the work of Christ for our redemption, symbolized by the sanctuary service, mercy and truth are met together. Righteousness and peace have kissed each other. Psalm 85:10. Ellen G. White, Patriarchs and Prophets, page 349. Discussion questions. Number 1. How many times have you said, all that the Lord tells me to do, I will do? How successful were you in your efforts? Number 2. At the end of Moses' 40-day stay with the Lord on Mount Sinai, God emphasized that the Israelites must observe his Sabbath, because it will be a sign between God and them that it was the Lord who would make them holy. What role do holiness and sanctification play in keeping the Sabbath? The Lord wanted to make a sanctuary so that I may dwell among them. How fascinating that this place was the center of salvation for Israel. It was here in this sanctuary where God dwelt among his people, that the plan of salvation was wrought out in types and shadows. What does this tell us about our total dependence upon God for salvation? Number 4. What does it mean that through the blood, all their sins were brought to the sanctuary, God's house? How does this amazing truth reflect, even dimly, what Jesus did on the cross for us and what he is doing for us now in the heavenly sanctuary?